Luxury is an idea that lives somewhere between the sensible and the sublime. It is the deliberate arrangement of space, the whisper of material against skin, the choreography of light across a morning. Luxury is not loud, it is persuasive, it invites you to slow down, notice, and feel. Today we travel through rooms that teach us how to live with intentionality. From vaulted ceilings to the smallest drawer detail, from sculptural lighting to the hush of a wool rug, every choice tells a story. This is not a tour of possessions. It is an education in atmosphere, how architecture, texture, color, and craft conspire to create not just a beautiful interior, but a life that feels considered. Architecture and spatial flow. Luxury begins with the bones. When architects design for luxury, they think in three dimensions: volume, sightlines, and sequence. A room becomes luxurious when its proportions feel inevitable, when the rhythm of ceiling heights, corridor widths, and window placements lead your eye as naturally as a composer leads a melody. Consider the entry sequence. The foyer is a promise. It sets the temperature of expectation for what follows. An entry balanced with negative space, an aligned sightline to a sculptural piece or an outdoor view, creates a dramatic but calm preface. Open-plan living in luxury is not an accidental removal of walls. It is the artful negotiation of zones: lounge, dining, kitchen, each with a distinct identity yet woven into a single spatial fabric. Subtle level changes, a shift in floor material, or a ribbon of recessed lighting can delineate one zone from another while keeping the whole legible and unified. Vaulted ceilings and full-height glazing are typical language in grander projects. But small, intelligent moves create luxury too: raised platforms that define conversation areas, coffered ceilings that add texture and acoustic warmth, and hidden service corridors that keep functional clutter away from the guest's gaze. architects use the principle of controlled reveal. From the door to the living room, each turn is an opportunity to momentarily withhold and then disclose: a framed artwork, a glimpse of a garden, a carefully placed window. This sequential storytelling enhances perceived value and heightens emotional response. In luxury architecture, emptiness is as valuable as ornament. The deliberate pause between features, the distance given to an object or view, becomes part of the design vocabulary. Materials, textures and finishes. If architecture is the grammar, materials are the voice. Luxury materials are chosen not for their price tags alone but for their capacity to age gracefully, to change with touch and time, and to harmonize across scales. When you step into a high-end interior, you register temperature immediately: the coolness of stone, the warmth of timber, the gentle give of upholstery under your palm. Stone, marble and onyx are often celebrated. Book-matched slabs, where two adjacent pieces mirror one another, form veined landscapes across fireplace surrounds and kitchen islands. Honed finishes feel tactile, polished finishes reflect and animate light. Onyx, backlit, becomes translucent, like a glowing horizon. Wood, timber is the emotional anchor. Quarter-sawn oak, walnut, and eucalyptus are finished with oils and waxes that allow grain to breathe. Veneers are meticulously matched to prevent visual seams. Reclaimed timbers add character, while engineered wide plank floors provide the long, continuous lapse of calm that luxury favors. Metals and finishes, brushed brass, aged bronze, and matte black hardware provide subtle punctuation. Finishes are matched across cabinetry pulls, lighting fixtures, and door hardware for a coherent jewelry-like quality in the details. Powder-coated metals with textured finishes resist fingerprints and maintain appearance, a practical note that is itself luxurious. Fabrics and soft goods, boucle, velvet, silk linen blends, and heavyweight linens are used with restraint. Cushions are feather-filled for a gentle structure, throws layer in different weaves. Rugs, hand-knotted wool, silk blends, or natural fiber with a low sheen, anchor gathering spaces and provide acoustic control. Craftsmanship, luxury signals itself in joinery and seam placement. Full mitered corners, concealed fasteners, dovetailed drawers, and precisely backpiped upholstery edges demonstrate a discipline where function meets aesthetics. The most successful palettes mix tactile opposites, one hard, one soft, one organic. This triad prevents visual monotony and creates a sensory conversation that engages sight and touch. Materials are memory makers. The weight of a brass switch, the curve of a wooden banister, the polish on a marble ledge, these small physical experiences define how a space will be remembered. Color, tone and surface depth. Luxury speaks in subtleties. Color palettes in refined interiors rarely rely on many competing voices. Instead, a restrained chord of hues repeats across surfaces to build depth and calm. Think of color not as a single tone but as a layered strategy: base, midtone, and accent. Base palette, warm neutrals, ivory, warm gray, beige, form the quiet field. They are forgiving to light and pair well with both cool and warm materials. Walls are seldom stark white, instead they carry a whisper of warmth, often toned to the undertone of timber floors or upholstery. Midtones, muted greens, smoky blues, and grounded terracottas appear as mid-level harmonizers. Used in cabinetry, plastered walls, or a statement armchair, they provide soul without dominating. Accent, deep black, charcoal, or lacquered cabinetry create contrast. Metallic accents, especially champagne gold, soft bronze, or brushed nickel, lend punctuation that reads as jewelry against the base field. Surface depth, luxury is about layered sheens. Velvet next to matte plaster, silk faced against a satin lacquered cabinet, a subtle sheen on a hand-troweled lime plaster wall. These differences catch light uniquely and build surface interest without color overload. Designers use the tonal family method. Instead of picking a single color, they select a family of related tones across finishes, an echo that creates cohesion and avoids the visual drama of unrelated hues. Color in a luxury interior is less about making a statement and more about composing a mood. It answers the question, how do I want the room to feel at 7 a.m., 3 p.m., and 9 p.m.? Lighting design and ambience. Lighting is the silent conductor of atmosphere. A luxury lighting scheme is complex, layered, and flexible. It supports daily tasks, highlights architecture, and sculpts emotion. The four-layer strategy, ambient, task, accent, and statement, is a practical blueprint. But the art is in how these layers interweave. Ambient, achieved through recessed cove lighting, dimmable downlights on multiple circuits, and indirect LED strips concealed in cornices. The goal is to lift the room evenly without glare, providing a canvas on which accents appear. Task: counter illuminations like under-cabinet kitchen strips, reading lamps, and desk-mounted fixtures ensure usability. These sources are often adjustable and warm in temperature for comfort. Accent: wall washers highlight art, picture lights reveal texture, mini spots dramatize architectural niches. Accent lighting must be precise, both in beam spread and placement. Statement: chandelier and pendant language in luxury varies wildly, a monumental crystal chandelier in a grand foyer, or a cluster of hand-blown glass pendants above a kitchen island. Statement pieces should feel like sculpture, proportionate to the space, and anchored visually. Light temperature and control. Most luxury projects favor warm white, 2700 to 3000 K, for living spaces. Dimming systems and zoned controls allow the same room to feel cinematic for an evening gathering and functional for daytime tasks. Lighting control systems, with presets for morning, dinner, and relax, are a hallmark of refined design. Natural light choreography, luxurious interiors choreograph daylight with screens, sheer curtains, and motorized shades that layer privacy without cutting off the view. Light is treated as a moving performer, changing tone and intensity through the day and being shaped by interior finishes. Always design lighting with 3 considerations: beam angle, color temperature, and dimmability. These 3 variables transform hardware into mood. The best lighting schemes work even when unobserved. They are the reason a room can feel uplifting in the morning and intimate by night. Furniture, layout and seating etiquette. Furniture is where luxury meets use. In high-end interiors, furniture performs 3 functions: comfort, silhouette, and scale. Each piece is a decision about human ergonomics and visual weight. Luxury favors furniture that is proportionate to the room and considers flow, sightlines, and the human body. Seating. Luxurious seating leans toward generous proportions, deep sofas that invite sinking, chairs with supportive but soft upholstery, and ottomans that double as flexible seating and footrests. Seat heights and depths are calibrated for long conversations and casual lounging alike. Tables. Coffee tables are chosen for balance, their scale relative to the sofa matters as much as material. Dining tables in top-tier projects are often custom-sized to ensure even spacing for each place setting. Table heights, leg clearances, and circulation must be meticulously considered. Built-ins and storage. Seamless storage is a core luxury trait. Concealed storage, integrated appliances, and custom millwork remove visual noise. Aesthetic decisions about handles, whether to conceal, to use a minimal edge pull or a precious metal pull, influence the entire reading of a room. Arrangement. Designers often approach seating in conversation clusters. Anchor the cluster with a focal point, a fireplace, a view, or a piece of art. From that anchor, arrange seating at distances that facilitate eye contact without awkward turning, typically 1.2 to 1.8 meters between face-to-face seating depending on the room scale. To test furniture layout, draw the room to scale and use paper cutouts for furniture. This simple method reveals sightlines and circulation in ways renderings can miss. Luxury furniture is experiential. It invites touch and holds memory, the creak of a well-made drawer, the soft resilience of a chair cushion, the solid, reassuring weight of a table corner. Art and styling. Styling is where narrative becomes intimate. Art and objects give a home its voice. But in luxury interiors, curation is surgical, less is more, and every object earns its place. The goal of styling is to create rhythm, repetitions and echoes that feel composed, not cluttered. Art, scale matters more than fame. Large, simple canvases anchored at eye level create presence. Textural works, woven tapestries, mixed media panels, add tactility. Placing art on pedestals or floating shelves at staggered heights introduces an architectural cadence. Objects, ceramic vessels, bronze sculptures, and curated books become punctuation. Group objects in odd numbers and vary heights for a pleasing composition. Introduce provenance, a handcrafted bowl, a travel find, a piece with a story anchors authenticity. Cushions, throws, and layered rugs add the immediate, approachable layer. Mix pattern scales and materials, a large-scale geometric rug under a subtle herringbone throw and a small-scale embroidered cushion creates visual interest without noise. Greenery, plants and floral arrangements need thought. In luxury fields, plant selection is about composition and maintenance. Architectural plants, fiddle-leaf figs, olive trees, or sculptural succulents, behave like living sculptures. Cut florals must obey the language of seasonality and restraint. The designer's last duty is subtraction. Remove any object that competes with the primary narrative. Empty surfaces can be powerful. Negative space allows the eye to rest. Treat styling like an editorial piece. Photograph the room, review it in black and white, and see which elements remain necessary. If it reads as noisy in grayscale, re-edit. The curated object is a whisper of personality in an otherwise composed symphony of finishes and light. Living with luxury. Luxury is not a static trophy, it is a practiced habit. To live well in a luxurious home requires routines and systems that preserve the feeling of refinement. Maintenance, materials and finishes chosen for elegance must also be maintainable. Marble ceiling, regular oiling of timber, and professional cleaning of wool rugs keep the material story coherent. Luxury anticipates maintenance. Design choices include access panels and replaceable components. Sustainability and longevity. Contemporary luxury increasingly embraces sustainable luxury, responsibly sourced timbers, low VOC finishes, and locally crafted furnishings that reduce carbon miles and support artisans. Longevity is itself a luxury, pieces designed to be loved for decades rather than replaced seasonally. Technology that disappears, smart home systems that operate invisibly, integrated audio, climate control, automated shading, preserve the tactile and visual calm of the space while offering comfort. Technology should be seamless, unobtrusive, and intuitive. Daily rituals, a morning ritual, sunlight through sheer linen, a coffee on a warm stone countertop, becomes part of the luxury experience. Evening rituals, layered lighting, soft music, a read on a comfortable sofa, close the day with an intentional arc design for the life you actually live. Consider how guests move, where packages are placed, how laundry is managed. Luxury is made visible in thoughtful, serviceable decisions. The secret of lasting luxury is not the absence of use but the dignity of use. A lived-in luxury home looks loved, not abandoned. Design with intention. Choose quietly. Invest thoughtfully. Luxury is the poetry of restraint and the courage to pursue beauty in the ordinary. Thank you for joining this exploration of refined interiors. May the spaces you shape reflect the life you want to live, generous in comfort, rigorous in detail, and luminous in experience.